Oil and gas technical advisor DNV GL recently released a report which found that the majority of MENA's senior oil and gas professionals are optimistic about the industry outlook for 2019. That's what we're diving into in this week's episode of Spotlight. I'm joined today by Richard Bailey, who's the Vice President of DNV GL's Oil and Gas Division. Richard, can you share a little bit of insight about this report? What were some of the key findings that came out of this?
Yeah, sure, Carla. The report overall, we have an annual process with the report here. We're now in our 9th year of running the report. We go out to, we're just on 800 industry professionals. We get the industry view. It's not our view, it's coming from the industry, and we collate that back. And this year there's kind of 5 key themes that are coming through. So firstly, and strongest and probably most importantly, there's a real growing confidence in the industry. There's a confidence to spend, and there's a real dynamic now for growth again. So that's a really strong finding for us. And coupled with that, we are seeing some realization about the industry being mature in terms of holding on to the gains and efficiencies and the spending discipline that they've put in place for the last few years. So there's a realization about that needs to be maintained. A third theme that's come through this year is really the pressure in the supply chain. Things are bullish and are strong, but the supply chain has had a really tough 3 or 4 years as a function of the market, and it's kind of like a little bit of a, now if the industry grows, that supply chain has to react, and there needs to be investment for that to happen. So there's some pressure in that area. We've also we're looking globally, obviously, and we've got more emphasis and focus coming through on the decarbonisation agenda, and that's different in different markets. There's different drivers, but there's theme and there's more realisation now and more spotlight on that area. And then I think a final area of the report is looking at realising the investment going into research and development and where that focus is. And the theme coming through is the companies that are putting money in, and that's different globally, that money is generally going towards digitalisation, and digitalisation is seen as a tool to give those efficiencies in the future.
You told me specifically that MENA senior oil and gas professionals are fairly confident. Where do you think that comes from?
Well, it's noticeably higher in MENA than the globe. The whole globe has picked up. We've seen this trend. We saw it last year, and it's continuing. It's made another step this year. We see the trend stepping up again, and actually MENA is the second highest globally in terms of that confidence. Yeah. So I think that can come from several areas, but one of the underlying themes, which was actually quite interesting, was they tied that confidence back to having very strong organisational strategy for the medium-term future. So clarity about what the companies are trying to do, and that's translating into confidence and bullishness to go forward.
You've been watching Spotlight, where we dive deep into relevant upstream news and analysis with industry experts. For the latest news and analysis, please visit our website, subscribe to our newsletter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow all of our social media channels.